And now for something completely different.
And coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited to be joined by my friends out of Wisconsin, for Christ's sake, out of Cheesetown, if you don't mind my noticing. I'm a cheese fan, so you know. But thank you so much for joining me, Casket, Robbery. How you guys doing today?
Great. Thank you for having us.
Good. Yeah, thank you. We're excited to be on here, man.
Super happy, man. One of the greatest things about doing this show is being able to talk to awesome motherfuckers like you about metal on a regular basis. What more could you ask for? You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'll start with the stupid obvious question. How fucking cold is it there right now?
It's so cold.
Right?
On my way to work this morning, my car said, I think it said 17 below.
Jesus, yeah. That's insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
to breathe.
My car would be like, fuck you, I'm not starting.
Mine was pretty sassy when I tried starting it.
Yeah,
so.
Man. Shit. Well, although, to be honest, my ass would do the same thing. So something my ass and car have in common, apparently. So.
Yeah.
But I know it's a weird time in the world and being what it is, but has there ever been a year where you've looked more forward to spring in your lifetime than this motherfucker right here?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Especially since we kind of we missed last spring.
Right, completely. So,
yeah,
and summer and fall, and I mean,
yeah.
Crazy. I am a bit of a hermit even before the pandemic, but I got to get outside sometimes. I mean, I miss my concerts and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm the same way, but man, yeah, it affects you just you not being able to go anywhere. You know,
it's crazy, man. We're not supposed to live like this, brother.
No.
Well, you know, I'm so familiar actually at this point with Corey that I forwent the fucking introductions, man. Introduce yourselves, you guys. I'm sorry. Forgive me, metalheads.
Hey, I'm Megan, vocalist for Casket Robbery.
And I'm Corey. I play guitar.
That is completely my bad, Metal-O-Mania. See, me and Corey talk metal all the time, so I just launched right into it. But yeah, I am a big fan of you guys, man. And tell me a little bit about the formation of this project, if you don't mind.
You want to do that one?
Yeah.
Do that one?
Yeah. So the band started with me and the previous singer, and honestly, it started as just kind of like a recording studio project for fun, and it just took off, kind of like people were into the songs we were making, and that's really how it grew. And then when did you join? Was it 3 or 4 years ago? No.
I think it's almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, I think I made a note. Yeah, 4 years, 2017. I made a note.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Metal-O-Mania does their homework. Don't tell people.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, and that was the EP that Megan jumped in on.
Right.
And we put that out, and we've been touring pretty frequently since Megan joined.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of solidified the whole just going for it, playing music all across the country.
That is basic. That's more or less where we became aware of the band. You know, we started in 2016. I believe you guys entered our window the first time in 2017-ish. So right about when Megan joined, I believe. And man, we're big fans ever since that moment. Big fans.
Yay!
Awesome, man.
We break things in the studio all the time to you guys. The bill's coming.
Nice. Yeah.
You know?
I support that.
Fuck yeah. Hey, we say all the time, we hope to be the soundtrack to breaking things, man. Sometimes you gotta, if your eyes and your mind work, you have to break things sometimes. It's just
right.
And and when you started this project, was the aim, because let's be honest, you guys embrace some darkness, if you don't mind my notice, and some dark subject matter, some dark feeling, which I love. I eat it up with a spoon. What led to that? Was that a similar mindset right from the start? Were you guys like, man, let's just fucking bloody it up in this bitch? Tell me a little bit about the ingredients.
Yeah, I guess originally it was like, if you kind of follow my backstory, I've been in bands with a lot of melodic content, and less on the dark side, more on the melodic side. So when I started Casket, it was like I just was writing these really heavy, chunky dark riffs. I wanted to do something different. And then the singer at the time, he was just into that. Like it was like a vibe, and that's kind of how we kept it going through all these years. Is like the band is more about the vibe, and right from the start, it's just like a vibe. Like the lyrics and the guitar mesh together, and that's how I write a lot of the riffs. And all of us stick when we write to stuff. It's like, okay, what are the lyrics? And let's write a soundtrack to what the lyrics are saying,
Right on. Yeah,
as opposed to the other way around. And that's stays true today. It's like Megan's got these great ideas, and I just kind of check out the lyrics, and it's like, all right, cool. Let's write a song to that.
Let's build around it.
Yeah.
So you start with the image of where you're going with it, and then fucking add the wallpaper to that bitch. I got you.
Yeah. It's all a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the vibe. Well, and it's like I said, it's a very dark and kind of kick you in the face vibe, man. It's aggressive, you know.
Yeah.
And
the new album is definitely dark. It's very dark. Yeah.
Well, hey, that's, you know, most of us metalheads, that's where we grew up at. That's where we gravitate to this shit. You know, we watch dark movies, we listen to dark music, we read dark books. You know, we sit in dark rooms and smoke big fat dark joints.
Yep.
You know, that's what we do. And while we do it, we listen to you fucking guys, by the way. So, well, and of course, the elephant in the room is that COVID has completely shut down live venues and shows. And, you know, I know it's an obvious question, but what are you doing to get through, man? How bad does that suck? And what are you doing to fill the time?
It didn't start hitting until a few months after it. We had like 4 tours scheduled last year. And as like, we're still like holding on and holding out hope that these are going to happen. And, you know, realistically they're not, and you're just holding out that they are. I guess myself personally, with how heavily we had been touring and playing shows, I didn't realize how much of an outlet that was for me and how much I needed it. So the past year was definitely a really, really hard time, really dark, not having that outlet. Luckily, we have amazing fans, like so amazing. And with that, we've been able to like really, thank you. Like we love our fans, and like we feel their love in return. They've really gotten us through this past year with everything. Even like all of us together are this tiny little community that really has each other's backs, and we've got to put a whole lot of time and effort into getting the album completely finished. We've gotten to jumpstart our Patreon to like connect with fans that way, as we're not playing shows yet. And then just really get ourselves solidified and ready with new material and all of that. So when this does open up, we can hit the ground running just like we had been before. Like there was no break. So it's definitely been tough. And we've had to maneuver our way through all of it and be kind of adapting to it. But yeah, I mean, we're excited to get back on the road.
Oh, I can't wait. You know, there does finally somewhat seem to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. We're starting to hear rumors that some venues might open up to this, you know, various different degrees, and hopefully that's true.
Yes.
Good Lord, we need it so bad. But I've noticed a running theme throughout the year, especially for performers, you know, that this is medicinal. I mean, it's more than just an outlet of music. It is medicinal for the individuals behind the music. It is something that you need to get out there and fucking push that shit out of you. You know, so are you kicking walls? What are you doing in the meantime?
It's been hard. I never realized how much I needed to be on that stage, being that crazy little demonic creature every night. but I do really need it. So yeah, it's been like trying to channel it through other artistic means just to get it out. But yeah, I really do want to like headbang and kick shit and like scream in people's faces again. And
we need it as fans. We need it. You know what I mean? There's only so many episodes of fucking, Cobra Kai you can watch. You need fucking Casket Robbery to fucking break things, You need the fucking soundtrack to commiserate it's been a brutal year in so many ways.
Yeah.
And you need the soundtrack to fucking go along with that, and that's what you guys provide, man. It's important that you know that from me as a fan, as a listener. That's what level shit that is to us, man, for real.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's so good to hear. Like especially through this year, struggling so hard, and like like for me trying to, I don't know, man. The past my whole life since I was a kid, I've played live music, and now it's like I don't have another outlet. I can't find anything that equals that for me. So yeah, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Well, you referenced being young, so let's go there, man. What were your influences when you were young? When you were cutting your teeth and realizing, this pop music shit ain't for me. That's not my gig. Who were the bands that made you realize that? Who were the?
So much.
Let's see.
Lots of classic rock stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Lots of Ozzy.
For me, I can trigger it to a few bands. It was like Def Leppard was the first one that showed me like you can play like these sweet solos. Like Def Leppard or not, they're not quite metal, but they open up to that.
I honestly didn't realize you were 50. I didn't at all.
No, man. I remember.
You'd be surprised,
dude. I remember when I was a kid. My friend brought over a Def Leppard VHS tape. It was a Def Leppard Historia. And man, we watched that over and over and over. And at first I was like, I'm just making fun of their hair. Like they started with brown hair and then it got more and more blonde as the
that's right. Well, and more pop too, but
Right. Yeah.
I cut my teeth on Def Leppard, man. I'm old though. See, I got an excuse. I don't know what the hell yours is.
I got hooked, man. Those solos are wicked. And then from there just heavier and heavier. And it was like Megadeth was a big one that really spun me into that heavy side. And then it was Children of Bodom for death metal. And
fuck yeah.
Those are like kind of like gateway bands for me.
That's awesome. And what about you, Megan? What were your influences coming in?
Definitely like all the classic rock that like my parents used to listen to, lots of Ozzy.
Oh.
Then it kind of slowly morphed into like as I got heavier, it was like some alternative stuff and then very melodic. Like Kill Switch Engage, things like like I'm someone that really, really loves to sing. Before I even was screaming, I have sang forever. So I love the duality of that and being able to sing and scream at the same time.
Fuck yeah.
So that, and then it kind of just like progressively got harder. and all of a sudden I'm listening to Cannibal Corpse and Cattle Decap and all of that.
I might make an argument that that's what life does to you, see,
Yeah.
It's the natural progression to your, functioning mind in this fucking world,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, let's give everybody a piece of some music. Can you hang out with me? Let's play a couple of jams and we'll keep talking metal if that's cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you set up your song, but we're going to open up this little two-piece with some R-Hat. R-Hat is a badass band right out of the Ukraine. I'm loving this fucking debut full-length release, by the way, so get your drink or your bong head on, ladies and gentlemen. And Dead Life is the name of the album, and Dead Life is the name of the song we're going to play. And then we're going to play some Casket Robbery. What are we going to feed up to everyone tonight?
We're going to play From Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appropriately enough, the name of my autobiography.
Perfect. Mine too.
Hey, I think we have similar writers or something. Or,
yeah.
Or at least similar people holding voodoo dolls of us. Sons of bitches. Well, cool. Let's play these jams. Don't go nowhere. I'm going to be hanging out with Megan and Corey talking metal on the other side of breaking some things.
Kurt likes to brag that he's in an open relationship. And by that, he means all the cases against him haven't been closed yet.